Hello, chat. Today is a special day. Good video today, thank you. Hello, CJ. Hello, Frizzy, Scon, Solar Lotus, Alexa, Aveling, Zach, Miles, Dragon. Oh my goodness. Cancel Horny Culture. Jabari, top 10 chatter, let's fucking go, yeah. So, as that thumbnail is broken. Just discovered you literally yesterday. I'm sorry for what you're about to watch. Thank you everyone for coming through today. As you all know, I have been saying for quite some time now, if Iron Might, like, I'm not even gonna front with you, okay? Like, I already know everything that happens in this chapter. Usually when I read the leaks, and it goes one ear right out the other, because usually it's not that interesting. I remember every single detail of this chapter because it is a runner-up for worst chapter of the series. And you guys know that I've been saying for quite some time now. Sorry, that's me moving my microphone if it's really fucking loud. I've been saying, if Iron Might happens, then MHA goes from a 4 out of 10 to a 3 out of 10. And I know you all saw the thumbnail because I saw you guys talking about it in the chat before the stream started. So, I mean, I don't gotta tell you guys what's going on here. What's below Abyss fiction? This is at the core of the Earth fiction. That's how low down it is. Worse than 327 and 364? Yes. Worse than the mutant chapters? Probably not, no. See, I kind of differentiate, like, stuff like 327 and 364 from the mutant chapters, because 327 and 364 are so ass that, like, they're ass in like a narrative way, you know what I mean? Whereas the mutant chapters are, like, actually bad, like, for real life consequences. So I feel like they're not comparable, if that makes sense. I can't believe we have to wait another 2 weeks to see the epic continuation of this super hype chapter. Hello, Sensei. I hope you're prepared for massive hating. So I got the chapter, and then I have very, very, very many tweets. I fucking dropped my pen. I have very many tweets that people have made, because they're dumb. They thought that was cursed. I thought it was funny. I can't wait for the Oceanus read-through. Yeah, I am curious what he would think, but maybe we'll find out one day. Mangaka industry is in part responsible for this ass. So, like, I do think it's partially responsible for some of the ass in the final arc. However, I also don't think that we can accurately ascribe all of it to the working conditions, right? We'll find out what Oceanus thinks in the next Shonen and Chill. Well, sometimes he comes on the stream, so maybe he will. I don't know. Oh, chat. Oh, chat. Also, there were almost fucking 40 of you guys in the pre-stream chat. Like, everyone knew I wasn't gonna like this chapter, so everyone gathered around the fucking campfire to see me be mad about it. I dropped my fucking pen again. Okay. Good chapter this week, my guy. What are you talking about? No, it's awful. So I disagree. You gotta remake the Act 1 and 2 reviews with future context? Well, I mean, the reason why they exist is because they disregard future context, right? So... Don't worry, the Act 3 retrospective will be... insane. Hello, Astral. Omer, you're free to make an argument about why this chapter is good, or you can continue to act like every single MHA fan and say nothing of substance. Oh, I'm being sarcastic? Oh, thank God, dude. Okay. We'll lay off him then. He's good. He's chilling. I think you need a pen holder. I am the pen holder, John. It was kind of mean. He just had an opinion. Well, okay. You can go through my Villain Hunt comments and you can see that sometimes people can be assholes with opinions. How was the old All My video doing? Honestly, I don't know. But, Hori basically told me to go fuck myself. Oh my god, chat, that reminds me. Oh my god, dude, someone finally responded to, like, with... Someone finally responded to my Villain Hunt video. With, like, something of substance, right? It finally happened. Let me see if I can find it. He wrote, like, these big-ass paragraphs, right? And... I can summarize... It's not a good comment still, by the way, just so you know. So his first point was that actually it was good because Tokoyami actually does think about Hawks killing somebody. Which, didn't happen, by the way. Because, oh wait, no. So at the end of the comment he says, a lot of the gripes you have in the consequences section do ultimately get mentioned later in the manga. And obviously, I'm not an anime only, so I just said, no they don't. And he said, they do though. I'm gonna go get examples for you. And then he commented like an hour later saying, I realized in the middle of typing this that combing through nearly 60 15-page chapters to find specific
money
character...
is always the answer.
True.
Quirkless hero? Money. I'm learning Turkish and you know it. Why? 'Cause I paid money. Ma is a masterpiece, like Boruto.
Like Boruto, yeah. So yeah, he said that he was gonna go get me examples of consequences being addressed, and then he came back and he had none. But he was like, just trust me, bro, Tokoyami has a few key character moments where he reflects on Hawks killing twice. Literally didn't happen. I would almost be willing to say objectively didn't happen, because that's never anywhere in the text, like, at all. And then he mentions the gauntlets, which obviously you guys know I think are stupid anyway. And then he says the death of Midnight is constantly mentioned and referenced by the students who witnessed it in later chapters, especially Mina and Momo, who use it as inspiration going forward for their heroics. Like, what? Like, where is this coming from? And so I responded to him, and I said, Tokoyami did not think a single time about this. I don't know where you got that from. Like, I'm up to date on the manga. In fact, just last month I reread the entire final act. This didn't happen a single time. Oh yeah, he also mentioned Hawks, and I was like, I'm aware that Hawks is physically weaker, but the story never delivers on that. You never feel, man, if Hawks were in better shape, this war would be going differently. And instead we get a half-bake, he has prosthetic wings now explanation for the lack of consequences in his back. And then, you know what he responded? The only thing he responded with is, I'll say it's not a good look for a YouTuber to be so openly antagonistic to his viewers. Like, okay, first of all, go fuck yourself. Like, I literally just respond, like, all because you don't have proof of anything that you said is insane. And that's what I knew. He just forfeited the argument, like, instantaneously. I'm ready for Iron Might? Yeah, I guess so. How was that antagonistic? I don't know, dude. I thought I was very respectful in the comments that I said to him, but you still talk to Pineapple? I haven't like actively talked to Pineapple for a little bit now, for like no particular reason. I just haven't, cause I mean we both do our different things now, right? But he's cool. You can't bully those who can't read. That's what I do all day, bro. That's... I'm a Midnight fan. I can confirm nobody mentioned her says Mina. It's just so crazy. It's so crazy how people can like. Okay, it's so crazy that the only response to the Villain Hunt video that I've actually got that was substantial was just making shit up. like he really didn't say anything. Like, what is he? This is such a bizarre community, man. Midnight got classes off screen. Nobody cares, bro. And it's like, you guys know that I'm not a believer in like objectivity for like literature at all. So like, I don't think that my video is objectively right or anything. But it's crazy how like nobody has been able, like, okay, the best response to my video is to say, well, I still like it. Because good for you, dude. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do is still like it. Like, it really doesn't matter, man. But instead people are like, you're wrong. Or, actually, it was... for this arc existed for this reason. I do think you're objectively right, for real, for real. Well, yeah, but we don't tell them that, though. That's our little secret. Most sane MHA superfan. Villain Hunt, Deku, Rama must be tricking them. Chill on Jay, okay? You should reread Kamino today after the chapter. Why would you wish such harm on me? Maybe he's onto something. Maybe if we all think it's good, it will become good. I mean, maybe, yeah. Oh yeah, I guess someone in a Discord yesterday, I don't know, someone sent a screenshot of it. Someone said, that I just follow what people like. Which is very funny. Because I literally just made a video about Villain Hunt sucking, which is like one of, if not the most popular arc in the fandom. I also made a video defending Ochako and Toga, which is like one of the most unpopular fucking plotlines in the fandom. MHA fans are wild, man. Do you think All Might's gonna die? No, probably not. But we should read the chapter now. Let's see what we got going on here, gang. Shoot, wait. Okay, cool. We're good. We're chilling. JK and White Chapter dropping after Golden Week. Oh, sweet. Another 0 out of 10. You begin Volume 20 of ReZero tomorrow? Oh my god, dude. Let's go. I hope you enjoyed Arc 5. Oh, yeah, the counter. You're right. My bad. I forgot about this. Boxes 17 through 32 have reactivated, and All for One is now passing by Edo City. Okay, guys, here's my analysis. Boxes 17 through 32 have been reactivated, and All for One is now passing by Edo City. So, make sure you guys subscribe for more analysis like this. I make this same joke every single fucking time that every time I start reading the chapter, and it always makes me smile. Is there anyone left who can fight? We're putting out calls to all sectors, but everyone's on their last legs. How did you get that? What is it now? From bad to worst. The heat, Gunga, Dabi's heat. Toya in heat? What about his heat? Speak clearly. Is Endeavor dead? No, not yet, but he will be. Our analysis is conclusive. Ever since Dabi got knocked out the first time, he's been building it up inside. He hasn't stopped condensing that thermal energy within. At the current pace, in around 10 minutes or so, or maybe even just a few minutes, he'll annihilate himself. And when that condensed thermal energy is released... Okay. I have an issue frame 1 with this chapter, okay? Why is the start of Dabi versus Endeavor off screen, dude? What? Also, fucking god, this looks so raw. It'll trigger a massive high-pressure explosion that'll burn everything off the map within 5 kilometers. God damn. How do they know he'll be a bomb? It's the vibes. Like, the vibes are off. Tsukuyoshi can feel it too. Like, the vibes just shifted. You can see that in his face right there. So, let's get this out of the way, okay? We had to watch Mina turn white for some reason. We had to watch Shoji make a mockery of race issues. We had to have the obligatory Shinso return and all the Kirishima stuff. And then we had to watch the business course repeatedly talk about how this is live streamed again. But we don't get to see the only plot line left unsullied by God. Is what we're doing here apparently. Mirko? No, Mina. Did I say Mirko? I meant Mina, if I did. But this is the one thing we don't get to see happen on screen. Man. I hate this fucking series, man. UA in the east, Shiketsu in the west. The route between them passes near Gunga in the Kinki region. So which character has kept their character? I mean, maybe in Endeavor and Dabi. And Shoto. It's like only the Todorokis, maybe. Oh yeah, I forgot about the stupid point counter. You're right, my bad. I like instantly forgot about it. Also, why does the escape route pass through Gunga? Is my question. I don't understand why that decision was made. Within the blast zone, we still have an evac box that stopped moving. Dude. I don't understand why they are within 5 kilometers of Gunga. What will happen to your V0 volume vids after catching up to RK? I'll make them when the volumes finish. Which will be cool because I'll give you more time to finish them. Just don't think about it, you're right. For real? Even this far underground? Open the emergency hatches, everyone get to the surface. Wah. That's me right now reading this chapter. The fuck is an evac box? It's the things from UA. MHA map building a Pokemon route. Tsukauchi, sir, all for one has sped up even more. We estimate he'll soon be enraged to use his gloop warp. Why would you call it that? God damn it, it's so goofy. The fucking gloop. Once that pair of demon lords are united, they'll be unstoppable. Does he know? Question mark. Are there any reinforcements? None, sir. Nobody's exactly fit to fight, and no heroes can possibly make it in time. So, Tsukauchi, be prepared for dog shit. Here it comes. Listen, Tsukauchi. You're still feeling the blowback from your phosphor, Todoroki? I said I'm fine. Why can't you wait his turn? They're saying all for one will reach Midoriya, but I'm still on my feet. The thoughts of your brother must weigh heavily on you. I also have a brother. I must do whatever I can. I can only imagine the feelings that drove you to stand against him like this. The suffering you've borne. You, the kind soul who told me to never forget who I want to become. Why is this your emotional burden to bear? There, I got through. You two boys, you're still with us, right? All Might? Every moment counts, so I'll make this quick. You need to run over to Gunga right now. Dobby's on the verge of exploding, and a stalled evacuation block is in the blast radius. Endeavor's keeping an eye on Dobby right now, but his quirk can't do a thing to stop the explosion. Ida, kid. You know how to run, right? That's all he does, All Might. That's all he does.
I visibly cringe every time they say Demon Lord.
Yeah, I get it. It's not great. Thank you, though. And Todoroki, kid. The body and mind are 2 halves of the whole. You know that better than anyone with the inner turmoil you've carried. But All Might, all for one, he's... Fear not, you've still got a mighty ally waiting in the wings. Battling on won't bring the victory if you carry doubts, but I've got the utmost respect for youngsters full of doubt, who nonetheless honor whatever it is that drives them. Put a stop to Toya, make everyone feel safe again so you can be your best self. Man, this part is good. Like, why does this have to happen? I don't want to turn the page. Can we just say that the chapter ends like right here? Dude. Can it just end right here? Can we just stop? Now, if anyone could do a darn thing about this impending crisis at the Gunga, it'd be a dynamic duo with engine and half cold, half hot. You're their only hope. You've got this. He wants you to run, but Ida, your engine's stalled out. Does he realize how far it is to Gunga? slaps the mask on him and shit. The rain has done wonders for my engine's heat. Yes, I can run. I can do it, because after all, Todoroki, my legs are meant to guide wayward children. Acting for the sake of others. Hang on tight. So, why didn't Shoto Freeze eat his legs like in the Stain fight? I don't know, and I was just thinking that. I have no clue why. But yeah. So, it's not exactly the way I said this would go last week. It's a little close, but it was All Might instead of Stain giving him a pep talk. But Stain is there, recognizing that he's different, so I did see this coming. I thought he said autism. What? Look, he's got like he put his leg armor on him, his mask and shit. Chapter's over, guys. We can go home now. Everyone go home. Nothing happens after this, I swear to God. The scan stain just says altruism? Wow. Fucking blasting through buildings, holy shit. Maximum speed. According to Hawks' account of the battle against All for One, the de-aging process has boosted his power, while leaving him unable to suppress negative emotions. I can't do it. I can't turn the page. I can't do it. I can't do it, chat. I can't turn the fucking page, man. It's so bad, I can't do it. This is how it has to be, Tsukauchi. After all, this was always my fight. God, what a fucking awful line. I'll talk about it after the I'll talk about all this after the chapter's over, but holy fuck, that line sucks. Jesus Christ. And there he is. And then there's All for One coming, I guess. You must remember the endless warring that got us here. And then, there he is. Let's go. And now I hear that Tomura Shigaraki's hatred is even affecting your original body. And he's, oh, there he is again. So I'm thinking, you won't be able to ignore me, isn't that right? Oh, there he is again. No, stop, you're quirkless. Can someone without a quirk be a hero like you? Number 386. I am here. God. This is so bad. This is so bad. Let me think of how many points this is. I think it's 7. I think it's 7 points. It's 7 points because I have like around 7 arguments to make about how fucking bad this is. Okay. Oh my god. Why would he do this? Why would he do this? Okay. Where do we start, chat? Award for best character assassination of the year. Okay. So going back a little bit. Why was Ida sent here? Obviously, for a narrative purpose, we understand that he's here because he needs to do this, right? But, like, why did All Might put him here? Is my question. Like, what was the point of that? He was sent to a fight where, like, it was so hot he just couldn't use his quirk. So what was the point? Why did he do that? I don't get that. Because he has a brother too? Oh, of course. We sent everyone with siblings to the Dobby fight. Okay. First point. Do you remember how the defense for All For One's character for the past year was that how it's supposed to actually be representative of the old generation taking back the torch and showing the oppressive nature that the old generation could have over the new generation? That's crazy, man. Good thing that won't happen to All Might, right? This is not All Might's fight. God, it's so... Why would he... Oh, it's so fucking bad. Additionally, Culture Festival, okay, and even before Culture Festival, actually, what was it called? Remedial Course. Remedial Course, was an arc that first ever demonstrated that there are other methods of heroism besides fighting. And then that was heavily reinforced in the following arc of Culture Festival, where Jiro found out that she could save people through music, okay? And that really that introduced the entire moral quandary of can you save villains as well. And now, there, in the final war arc, we have been beat over the head repeatedly with La Brava, with, oh, fuck, I can't remember their fucking names. With La Brava, with Class 1A, with the business course, with so many characters, that there are other ways to express heroism. Gentle, he technically didn't fight, yes, I'll allow Gentle. You don't have to fight somebody to be a hero. And All Might's arc, post-Kamino, was trying to find a purpose after becoming powerless. Now, these are two parallel plotlines, because you're supposed to be able to implicitly link the two. You're supposed to be able to infer that this can relate to All Might. And just 5 chapters, or just 5 pages ago, All Might was being a hero in his own way. He was encouraging Shoto and Ida when they thought they were spent. And he gave Ida the push he needed to be able to keep going. And he gave Shoto the push he needed to go face his brother again. So what's that? What is this? It really is All Might's fight, though? No, it isn't. Is arc still a 2 out of 10 for you? It was a 2.5, now it's a 2, yeah. So the Am is being a hero in his own way by using his beef with AFO to stall him when no one else can? Well, that's stupid. I don't know if you understand that. I just explained for like 3 minutes how this doesn't make any sense within the themes of the story. Just for you to say, oh, he's doing it his own way. I mean, okay, so what about Villain Hunt? Villain Hunt's entire message was that you shouldn't do stupid shit like this. You should value yourself. You should value your own life. How am I? How am I the one going to bat for fucking Villain Hunt's themes, dude? How did we end up in this situation? Didn't AFO say he was over All Might? Yeah, I mean, he was probably coping, though. Like, I don't know if I can properly describe how fucking awful this is. The fact that we were, like, literally smothered this entire arc with repeated scenes over and over and over and over again. About how, look at how I'm doing heroes. Oh, I'm recording you on my phone. Oh, look, I'm recording you on my phone again. Hey, guys, did we tell you that we're fucking live streaming on Twitch? Hey, guys, for the 700th time, I'm live on YouTube, watching this kid get killed. Hello, Ocean Man. And I spent, god damn it, I spent, like, this past year listening to people on My Hero Academia Twitter become theme merchants and disregarding execution, like, to the utmost degree. And now the themes have been uprooted, and now people are just like, but it's cool though. Like, oh, but the themes are good actually. Where's the line again as well? Hang on. All Might saying this is his fight is so genuinely awful. Like, Villain Hunt became an even more useless arc than it already was. I know this may not be relevant, but who made the Villain Hunt rewrite in your server? Someone named Tawini. My mic went out? Is that true? Wait, did my mic go out? No? No? Okay. Do you think All Might will die here? No, I don't think so. But I'll get to that in a bit. All Might saying that this is his fight, it just ruins Villain Hunt again. Even more. So, to be fair, the entire save villains, no hero should do it alone were dumb themes that were retroactively proven wrong over and over. How? Like, how? I don't understand how that's happened. No, I'm trying to think of anything and nothing's coming to my head. I don't know what you're talking about. Deku dies, it was revealed to me in a dream. Hey, okay, back to what I was saying. The entire point of Villain Hunt was that this is not one particular person's fight. Okay? And All Might's entire arc was finding a purpose beyond One for All. Okay? Because he lived for like 40 plus fucking years with One for All. That's all the stock he had in himself. And that's why Villain Hunt, Deku in Villain Hunt is a cautionary tale about becoming like All Might. And isolating yourself, pushing people away. I mean, you guys have noticed All Might is like, at least when we first met All Might, not anymore, but when we first met All Might before he was a teacher, he was fucking alone. Like, he had nobody. He had Gran Torino, who he hadn't talked to in years. He had Night Eye, who he hadn't talked to in years. Because he had isolated himself so, like, insanely because of this obsession with this fight. But here he is again, saying it's his fight. Like, the arc is just ruined. I guess society should rely on a singular withered pillar now, lol. Yeah, I don't... And now, I can already foresee a response to this. I can see people saying, "Oh, you're being hypocritical because you say that people don't get fixed overnight, and people still have to deal with their trauma." And I agree. That would be a great point if this wasn't the end of the series. That would be a fantastic point if the series wasn't ending in like fucking 20 chapters. Now we just sit with the stank for the next 2 weeks. I know. That's a good argument, YouTube. Maybe here's my counterpoint: hype monkey mode activate. Next 2 weeks, yeah. This is Golden Week, and I think he's on a break after that, isn't he? I don't remember. Is he not on break? So, let's get to the elephant in the room, chat. Is Horikoshi about to prove that you could be a hero without a quirk? Yes. Yes, he is. So, really, it brings us all back to what Chapter 1 was all about. And keep in mind, when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about how capital H hero. Not as in a hero, as in the occupation of a hero, because that's what the theme has always been about, right? The theme, and I think I even say this in the first retrospective, don't I? I say that everyone can be a hero, but not everyone can be a hero. You know what I mean? Our experience with quirkless items in this story has been pretty small. If Iron Might is able to put up a fight here, it sets a precedent that didn't exist before in the story. So, chat, here's a thought experiment. Think of the strongest support gear that exists, okay? Your mind might jump to stuff, well, I guess mid-gauntlets, or maybe stuff like Bakugo's Gauntlet, or, I don't know, some other shit like that. You realize that that was all made to support a quirk that already exists. Redestro's Mecha, true, yes, as well. So, it was fine to say that Deku couldn't be a support-based hero because it was literally not in the picture for 386 chapters. With a box of scraps, yeah. Deku never thought of, maybe I can get some support gear. All Might never thought, hey, maybe he can get some support gear and be a hero. Nobody in this series has ever said you can get some support gear to make you a hero. And All Might even says it's a bad idea to be fully reliant on support gear. But now, technology can be made that could, obviously we don't know what happens next week, that could have you battle top people in the verse. Iron Man shit is now in the equation for My Hero Academia. And you know what? I have not seen a single person talk about this, okay? I have not seen a single person talk about this. All Might could now be interpreted by some bootlicking piece of shit as a pull yourself up by your bootstraps character. See, he's quirkless, and he ended up being able to be a quirkless hero. He just got money, and then he was able to get gear. So now every single criticism towards Deku in like season 1 was probably just validated by this chapter. Unless he gets obliterated. See, All Might started out quirkless and now look at him. Just make money, lol. W validation for Horikoshi. Why'd he not train? Yep, now we know he could have just been a hero. He could have just done it. It would be funny if he gets a one-shot next chapter. It would be equally as dumb. So, the Iron Might stuff is the same. It's kind of the same thing as killing Bakugo, right? Whereas, like, there's really no way out. And now, you could argue that, there is a pungent point about how All Might, the #1 hero, is so wealthy he could be a hero. Let's be real, everyone. My Hero Academia Act 3 is not doing that. It's not doing that. Now, it's an interpretation you can make. But that's not my issue with it. My issue was with what it does to Chapter 1 and shit. And obviously what it does for All Might's character. And, oh my god, man. And the themes. Because I actually care about the themes. Yes, so the only way I could ever see this working, okay, and I think this is like a 1% chance, 99% faith. If this is a hologram All Might, oh my god, man! If if this is a hologram All Might, not only do I take back everything I said today, but also every single person on My Hero Academia Twitter saying how this is within the themes should instantly deactivate their fucking account. Okay? Oh my god, it'd be so based. That next character tier is gonna be evil. There's no shot it's gonna be a hologram. No shot. But yeah, if it was, it would be hilarious. If it was fake, give back my donation money. No, yeah, it's definitely not a hologram. But if it was, it would be hilarious. All Might D tier now? We'll see. I don't know. When they end up talking the whole time only for All Might who have never been there. Exactly, dude. Oh, man. It would be so gas. And I would go on Twitter to everyone who told me this is actually thematically consistent. I would tell them to suck me, dude. I would tell them to get on their fucking knees, bro. That would be next to impossible. Yeah, well, sometimes you need next to impossible things to make My Hero Academia good. Imagine AFO is like you're here to finally meet your end and finally lands a hit and it goes right through. Oh. Yeah, but I don't know. I felt like this manga's gonna end within 20 chapters for the last like 40 chapters, so I couldn't tell you. Not actually the past 40, but I don't know. Kamino is meaningless now? I mean, yeah, it's bad. I don't know, man. This is dog shit. It's like crazy poopy dog shit, man. Final arc about to be 100 chapters long? Dear lord, I can only hope not. Do you still believe All Might will survive to the end? Oh yeah, I guess I forgot to talk about that. Yeah. I still don't think he dies here. I I think it's too obvious, if that makes sense. Um, I'm pretty sure Horikoshi knows that All Might's death is in the back of our, like, he knows that it's in the back of our heads, and he wants to do an epic cliffhanger subversion of expectations, and so he's gonna let him live, which is good. He's going to, okay, Horikoshi is going to do the wrong math but get the right answer, if that makes sense. If All Might dies, then yeah, this is stupid, and it's even worse than before. Yeah, you know what's crazy about MHA Twitter? Um, sorry, I was reading chat. You know what's crazy about MHA Twitter is how it took in a single night. Like, I thought, like, everyone agreed with me when I would post about how, and like my big ass thread, my huge thread that was 2 threads long because it was so fucking in depth, and that got plagiarized by fucking the comic book website or whatever, about how All Might's arc is about finding a purpose outside of the battlefield. And how everyone was like, oh my god, yeah, he cooked. Oh yeah, this is good. In a single night, this is what All Might's arc was leading up to now. Because Horikoshi put pen to paper. That's all it took. All it took was Horikoshi to write some garbage, and then people would go like, oh sweet, yeah, this is real. I sincerely mean it when I say that there are people out there that as long as Horikoshi puts pen to page, it's gas. And fair, okay? Fair enough. I know that there are people who, as long as Horikoshi puts pen to paper, think it's dog shit. So, you know, there's always going to be 2 ends of the spectrum. Did your thread actually get plagiarized? Yeah, it got plagiarized by CBR a while ago. It got plagiarized by CBR, and I DM'd the author on Twitter, and I was like, hey man, as long as you like credit me, it's cool, I guess. But then she aired me, and then somebody on Twitter added her and was like, "What the fuck? Do you plagiarize a thread, asshole?" And then she rewrote the fucking article. It was really funny. I can try and find it. Hang on. I mean, I found my thread on it, but were mechs a thing before? Not like on people, no. Hang on, wait. I'm looking through one of my old anti-Iron Might tweets, and I'm seeing if I can recognize people that have switched up. Give me a second. At least we won't get Iron Might shooting down protesters to help the hero stop Spinner. You know what, dude? Fair enough. Fair enough, Twitter commenter. Fair enough, man. There's still time. Yeah, you're right. I can't find the tweet where I talked about how my thread got yoinked. Damn. I found the All Might thread though. Oh well. I tried. Alright. I got some tweets to talk about today, folks. Boy, do I got some tweets to talk about today. So, I have a tweet. I have a couple tweets from one of the most pretentious people on My Hero Academia Twitter I've ever seen in my entire life. I prefer the term enjoyer to fan because people be calling themselves fans too loosely. Reading arcs in the worst way possible, making no attempt to be patient or find something to like about the story, demanding the sick author hold your hand through everything. Fan. So let me get, okay. Let me get one thing straight, okay? This is so fucking cringe, it's unbelievable. Like, this is not this deep. Good lord. Now, the reason why I wanted to bring up this tweet to begin with, I think leveraging the author's ill health to try and score brownie points with a bunch of cock writers on Twitter, I think makes you genuinely disgusting. I think you going, I can't believe you want the sick author to write good stuff. I think you're actually an asshole for saying this. And this isn't the first time the community has done this. There was the time where if you wanted better from season 5, people were like, "Oh, well, you basically want the animators to kill themselves." And it's like, are you fucking serious? So I think this is genuinely gross behavior. And the fact that 83 people liked it, I mean, yeah, they're all stupid, probably. Other than that, reading arcs in the worst way possible, like, what does this even mean? What does this even mean? God. And then here's the sequel. You can have critiques on stuff and still enjoy the stuff, but if your energy is dedicated to hating more than enjoying it, reevaluate your status. So, why? Why should I have to change the way I consume the manga to make you feel better? Why don't you, like, how about you just cry about it more? Really? Yes, there's a reason this guy is blocked. He is unironically he is very glued to the cock. This, like, distinction between enjoyer and fan is, oh my god. It's genuinely such, like, high school shit. It is so cringe. Oh, man. I just hate this behavior, man. This weird notion that the people who criticize the story are, like, somehow beneath you. But yeah, the main problem I have with this tweet was this line. I think this is actually gross. And I'm not surprised that My Hero Academia Twitter gassed it up, because most of them are not very smart. I'm assuming Gyro got ratio because... Oh, not really. God, go fuck yourself, man. Obviously don't harass this dude. Just know that he's stupid as fuck and block him on Twitter. Oh yeah. I don't know how they took the spoilers as ruining All Might's character arc. They would have called them useless if they didn't do anything. It's just a straw man. Like, it's just a straw man. I invented this argument in my brain that I'm now going to ascribe to you. Jesus Christ, man. Like, why do you follow me, first of all? There we go, that one's fixed. Check DM. Okay, hang on. he's really going, wow. He's really going all in on the Enjoyers title. Oh my god, this is so cringe. Enjoyers point out that the civilians are holding the heroes to account for messing stuff up, but fans deflect by arguing that the angry mob of people shouldn't be drawn this way. Oh my god, man. Okay, so yeah. The issue here is the author doesn't have to explicitly say something for it to be, I don't want to say problematic, because that's kind of a silly term to use in this context, but, so this is the same argument I have with Mushoku Tensei fans. The author can denounce things by presenting them in certain ways, whether it be through lighting, whether it be through direction, whether it be through, like, artistic presentation, like how they look like an unhinged mob. That, to me, is implicit denunciation. All because the text didn't go out of its way to say, these guys are actually bad. Like, please use your fucking brain for like 5 seconds. It's unbelievable. And yes, we literally have precedent, like Twice points out here, of Horikoshi using art to portray certain ways that we should feel about characters doing shit. The way that Hawks' entire face, Hawks' entire body is backlit, was a very intentional framing of the situation. Intentional framing of the situation again. Intentional framing of the situation again. Like, oh my god, man. Yeah, honestly, Ice Devil, I agree. It's like a weird level of infantilization towards a fucking 30-year-old man. Wouldn't you rather be talking about JJK? No. There's a lot of stuff going on post-war, but it's outlined quite a few times that Endeavor is pretty hated. Could pull up more examples in this too. No, you couldn't. This is like one of the only ones. There's like maybe a couple more, but this is it. And then Gothic Toya says, "This is so funny because this is pretty much the only panel we have of Endeavor being hated on, and still the scene was written in a way for you to feel sympathy for Endeavor and hate those civilians who are drawn as angry, monstrous shadows." True. True as hell. Man. I probably should have used this point in my Villain Hunt video. About how they were drawn, but I was using the anime as reference because I had just watched the anime, obviously. But next time. Are you worried that Hori won't show any of Deku versus Shigaraki? I don't really care about them punching each other really hard, to be honest with you. Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Why would they be drawn in this way if we're supposed to sympathize with the civilians? The point is, we're not supposed to sympathize with the villains. Or, not the villains, the civilians. Because they're portrayed in a negative light, and we're supposed to be on Endeavor's side. That's how it works. It's weird how My Hero Academia fans will, like, only use the art of the manga in, like, whenever it benefits them. Protesters were drawn that way too. True. This oddly feels like it could be propaganda. It probably is, yeah. This is a tweet that is now from a deactivated account, so I couldn't actually get the tweet. I had to get the screenshot of this. He's been setting this up for years. I, like, really cannot disagree more. I think this is, like, such an unbelievable level of disagreement that I haven't felt in years. It's crazy. Because in every panel that he posted here, I feel literally the exact opposite about. And obviously, that's art, right? Art can be interpreted in different ways. But I don't think, if you go back in time to when 326 dropped, okay? And if you said, All Might is gonna wear an Iron Might suit and he's gonna go out there and he's gonna fight all for one, people probably would have just told you to kill yourself. Why did he deactivate? I don't know. Read Rukasu's thread, please. I don't have it. I would have told them. Is this the All Might thread? Let me see. Hang on. All Might is here. The former #1 hero joins the battle, and there are so many things that could lead to. Will he live? Will he die? I've got some thoughts I'd like to share with you, so let's get to it. Okay, so just for clarification, okay? When we talk about the Seth guy, it's fuck him hours because he uses Horikoshi's health as a cudgel against other people. When it comes to Rikasu, we're not going to shit on him because this is just a different interpretation. So this is whatever he says in this thread. Obviously, we could disagree with, but it's not fuck Rikasu hours. First things first, I don't think that he is in a suicide mission. Okay, well, the theme of All Might realizing he has to live has been brought up multiple times across the story, and although I don't think him going back to the battlefield portrays this theme, him planning on dying would be odd. I disagree. And the reason I don't think it's contradictory at all is because All Might's sense of powerlessness has been explored since chapter 101. He's not used to being protected, and that bothering him since his fight against All Might and Kamino. All for One and Kamino. I agree. I disagree with the conclusion you're about to come to, though. The first thing he did was take on a full-time job of mentor, saying that to both Izuku and his mom, and that's because he knew he hasn't been a good teacher. AFO even mocks him about it, and All Might agrees because he knows Deku mimics many of his worst tendencies. Okay. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying All Might is a bad person or that he wanted Midoriya to hurt himself. I mean, yeah, but that's what he ended up happening. The story acknowledges it through Recovery Girl's scolding, letting him know that keeping things like that was not okay, so that he kept things like that. And he did get better at it. The Air Force training, preparing for Float to manifest, and searching for every bit of information about OFA users are all great feats that the old All Might probably wouldn't have achieved, but you can't change a person's origin. Interesting. I don't agree with that at all. Wow. AM is a doer first, thinker second. Just like Deku, he's a hero by nature, who hardly ever thinks about the consequences of his actions will have on himself, so much so that he admitted he was willing to die just like Nadia predicted, because he wanted to be a hero on until the end. That was a long time ago, buddy. Things have changed. Villain Hunt has happened. Like, I don't understand. Villain Hunt was as much of a cautionary tale for Deku as it was for All Might. But now things are different. People want him to live, and that has made him rethink his ways. He decided to keep himself safe while still being useful to everyone else, without necessarily going to the battlefield. But is it enough? Yeah. Wait. Why wouldn't it be? During the Dark Hero arc, All Might sees himself in the same position as Night Eye, worrying for Deku and being unable to stop him. He knows that being alive is important, but if he can't help his protege in a more direct way, then is he really keeping his promise to Inko? He's still helping all of them, sure, but he could do more. And that's what he realizes after his talk with Stain. No, 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 no. Do you have screenshots of it here to back up your point? I'll crawl through the mud if that's what it takes to join the... Wait, you don't back it up at all. Wait, what? Wait, what? I don't understand why people keep using this text to back up Iron Might. This doesn't... Like... Oh my god. I hate My Hero Academia, man. No. I'll show these kids I can catch up to the heights they've reached. Hey, it's almost as if a majority of the kids in this arc are not fighting. During the final arc, we're seeing the best of both worlds, the brain and the muscles. With all he's been through, it's hard to believe All Might would simply throw his life away in an effort to stop All For One. He must have a plan to make it out alive. Okay. God, man. I just... Like, no disrespect to Rikoski, man, but people will, like, really say anything. People will, like, actually really just say anything. It should be, but I guess his self-worth thoughts were right all along. Helping from the sidelines, pushing his students to do their best while accepting his hero days aren't behind him isn't enough. At least that's what Hori thinks, because why else would he have him fight AFO again? Yeah, I mean... I'd like to say that All Might doing this is a testament to how dangerous his mindset is, saying stuff like it's always been my fight toss, as he hasn't actually grown from that old mindset of shouldering the burden. Or that... at the very least, it's something that flared up again from chapter 317 to Villain Hunt, where he has an internal monologue over Deku pushing himself and shouldering too much, which means being charitable. He's back to his old, I'll handle this myself mindset, and theoretically that means he should die in his encounter, according to Night Eye. But I don't know if I can even trust that writing to be consistent. Yeah, I get what he's saying. The thing is, okay, that this is the very end of the series. Having characters regress now is very strange to me. Like, this is it. This should be the culmination of people's arcs. Wouldn't you rather reread School Festival? Oh, because the message of that arc has aged so well now? The talk with Stain was about All Might, the hero, not being truly dead because he inspired generations to carry on the fight he shouldered largely alone, not that he should go back to the battlefield. It's too implicit, bro. Like... At this point, I should just play my All Might video on stream and just, like, go to bed or something. Oh my god, this tweet is so funny. This tweet is so fucking funny. If you can't differentiate between being a hero, being heroic, and being a hero job at MHA, you'll have a tough time understanding 95% of the plot. The lack of self-awareness in this tweet, it hits so hard that, like, your neck snaps. It's actually crazy. Because you look at the date, and this is about Iron Might. This is about Iron Might. Oh, man. My Hero Academia Twitter is so funny, man. All Might isn't being a quirkless hero because he's throwing on an Iron Man suit to beat up AFO. It's because he knows what he's doing is suicide, but that it's the only option left to keep AFO occupied. This is what we're... 100 likes. 100 likes and, like, at least 90% of these people tell me I don't understand Villain Hunt. Isn't that crazy? Nah, bro, who said that? I cropped out their name for a reason because I'm blocked, I think, so... 100 likes for not understanding Villain Hunt. Half of these arguments go against the other defender. Are you gonna make a video on this? I might, dude. I might just. And okay, so there's a thing that I've been sitting on for the past couple of tweets now. Is how people have been mentioning that this is the only way that All Might could stop All for One. Now, here's the thing, okay? This is a fictional story. Horikoshi wrote it this way. It could have been written a different way. It could have been written a different way. How about just do it differently? I just said that it's the only way to keep AFO occupied. Why would AFO have to be occupied? Hori doesn't need to make it so AFO doesn't have to be occupied. He's traveling all of Japan, bro. Copycat. It's like the same thing when like Ochako fell asleep. It's like, this is a story, dude. Like, it's a story. I just looked over this twice. Media literacy class win? I don't know. We're almost done with the tweets, chat. Don't worry. This chapter truly exposes who understands All Might as a character versus who doesn't. Because in a way, All Might standing up to IFO even when he is powerless and when he has zero chances out of character of ruining his arc. This embodies the spirit of heroism that has been talked about in the series since day one. Please use your heads once. Oh yeah, don't worry, Bubba. That's the last tweet actually that I have. Have you seen Oshi no Ko episode 2? Yeah, it was okay. Some guy called that guy with a pencil reacted to your All for One video and thought it was really good, so good job, Asa. That guy with a pencil. Who is that? That guy with the pencil. 3,000 subs? Okay, cool. What I don't understand is how I have become the defender of the Villain Hunt themes. How has this happened? Did Hori originally have a longer story planned? I mean, we don't necessarily know. You know what I mean? Like, it's something that we can't really know. Technically, we know that there were 2 arcs that were supposed to be significantly longer, but got cut down. So... You switch positions like crazy, yeah. So with this logic, Deku going it alone would have been better if he was stronger, not because he was alone, right? I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, people would just change their minds. I don't know. Those arcs are, Forest Training, and, I guess technically Villain Hunt, yeah. It was supposed to be an extra volume of Nagant stuff. It feels good to say that I understand Villain Hunt more than the average dick writer, though. It's a nice thing to know. Because this is like strictly just makes the arc worse in my opinion. Okay, chat, you win. I'll make an Iron Might video, okay? I guess I must step down to do it. Heavy is the brain that understands the story. Yeah, my neck is like throbbing with pain. I do think, wait for the next 2 chapters. Well, I don't think you, I think it's like Bakugo's death, or Bakugo's like revival, like, there's no good way out, right? I still don't think Dad for One is gonna happen. I think it would have happened already. Do you like other shonen? I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I think I'm getting turned off from shonen as a genre. Hollow Knight for the win, yeah. The last tweet that I have to go over. When Iron Might dropped the day after, Bubba made a poll. Should All Might die? If yes, to who? 50 over a little over 50% of My Hero Academia fans on Twitter, it's 800 votes, think that All Might should die. Which obviously I disagree with. But what's even more insulting than that is how 32% of those 51% think he should die to fucking All for One. That's insane. Genuinely deranged. Wait, who is Shigaraki real? To be fair, 2/3 options of dying make it more likely for that option to be popular. I disagree. %50.7% don't understand All Might's arc. I agree. Should I just play my All Might video on stream? Should I just recycle my own content, chat? Should I react to my own video? That'd go kind of hard, though. Let's do some React Andy to my own content. Where is it? Isn't it? Dude, this All Might video is actually like one of my worst performing videos of all time. Isn't that crazy? Any new videos to react to? No. Siasa? Oh, goodbye, not available. He hates my videos so much he had to leave. Isn't that crazy? Alright, let's see here. What makes a hero? Many characters in My Hero Academia have different interpretations of that question, different methods of heroism, and different ideologies in general. In the past, I have explored things like Deku's current idea of heroism, but what about his initial inspiration? What is the story of Toshinori Yagi, better known as the symbol of peace, All Might? That edit went so hard, bro. To the people living and breathing in the world of My Hero Academia, All Might was an untouchable, unstoppable hero. He never faltered, he never showed weakness, and at the end of the day, always saved everyone with a smile. If only that's how things could really work. 40 years ago, during the reign of All for One, you know, I kind of felt guilty for blocking people like Cow over the leaks, but now I kind of don't anymore, thanks ass, so no problem, bro. Society was in a hidden chaos. Even further back than that, the introduction of quirks led to a period of technological stagnation and societal collapse. Amidst the ruins of Japanese society, one man rose up and exploited the masses to obtain immense power and influence. That man was named All for One. He ruled the nation from the shadows, his legacy being mostly rumors on the internet, but society was in poor shape. One day, however, a young quirkless boy met up with a powerful woman. He had only one thing to say to this great hero. Dude, I had so much passion in this video. I fucking popped off on that shit. A pillar for society to rely on in times of
What happened to me?
This woman, Nana Shimura, would prove My Hero Academia fucking broke me, dude. Instrumental in the current fate of this world. How could he achieve all this quirkless, however? Luckily for him, Nana Shimura was the wielder of a crystalline network of power, a torch passed down for 7 generations, one for all. He quickly became the 8th inheritor of this immense power, which finally put him into the position of becoming that symbol of peace. In an ironic warning to the future, Toshinori would see the cost of carrying the heavy burden known as One for All, as Nana pushed her family away to keep them safe from All for One before her death. As her student, Toshinori would internalize the lessons he learned from observing her tenure as the 7th holder of One for All, and learned it might be the best to also isolate himself. Becoming the symbol would come at the cost of his own self-love, his self-worth, and his own connections. The only people Toshinori kept close to himself were merely due to necessity or occurred completely by accident. His closeness with Sukauchi spawned merely by an accidental run-in once, and Night Eye continually pestered him into having him as a sidekick until he finally gave in. Recovery Girl is a close third, and it's safe to say that was probably due to their patient-doctor relationship during his days at UA. Toshinori Yagi had nobody else in his life for those long 4 decades. Eventually, he had finally become what he had sought after, the symbol of peace and pillar of justice, All Might. However, what remained of Toshinori Yagi was slowly becoming more and more stretched thin, as this new persona of his had become his dominant self. He works himself to the bone, never catching a moment's rest. During the underground masquerade arc in the spin-off of My Hero Academia Vigilantes, this is the only reference of Vigilantes you guys will ever hear in my videos, okay? Except for retrospective. All Might was stated to work 72 hours non-stop, and was even asking for more from Sir Night Eye before he was forcibly cut off. This intense work ethic pushed onwards for years and years, and as seen with the aftermath of the fight with All for One initially, death wouldn't be enough. People really used to think you talked fast, dude. You're telling me, man. To have All Might feather the brakes, let alone stop entirely. With a hole in his gut and his organs missing, he still marched forward to save just one more person. Frequently evidenced throughout the series, All Might's existence achieved numerous things. Whatever country he was residing in would experience a sharp decline in crime rates, as demonstrated by the US's crime rate returning to about average after his departure. The symbol of peace's existence also effectively ended organized crime in Japan, causing factions like the Yakuza to hide in the shadows. He also stopped the reign of the incredibly powerful All for One. All Might was a walking crime deterrent who inspired people all around the world with his incredible heroic feats, and his almost never-ending heroism. However, not everything brought in from his ideology and reign as the #1 hero was necessarily good. Despite his otherwise best intentions, the previous inspiration I spoke about throughout All Might's tenure led to an overarching issue of complacency within hero society. Not only did the occupation of hero grow to be almost an assumption of somebody's future plans due to the prevalence of them because his existence made the job so easy. If All Might was in the area, the problem was already resolved. If All Might can resolve things in a matter of seconds, what was there to be afraid of? Heroes and civilians alike grew complacent, leading to an issue of bystander effect taking over. The bystander effect is a studied social psychological theory that states that individuals are less likely to offer help to somebody if there are other people present. Just so you know, guys, by the way, I don't think I've actually talked about it in a video, but the bystander effect is bullshit, by the way. It's not actually like a real thing. Theory was presented after a real-world murder of somebody in which 38 people stood by and watched passively. All Might basically supplies this psychological feeling on a wide scale, as heroes grew more and more willing to fall behind in their duties and even heroic mindsets. All Might, in secret, grew weaker and weaker. Nobody knew just how soon this pillar would topple. The idea of a singular pillar for all of society isn't practical or sustainable. So, what if he were to fall? All Might vs. All for One marks a massive turning point for the series. The reign of comic book heroism and villainy comes to an end, and to the people of the world. Is it? Yeah, the event that was the basis of the bystander effect was actually found to be very flawed. Is there more nuance to it? I mean, it could exist, but the event that started the entire bystander effect didn't actually happen the way people described it. world, the viewer, and All Might himself, this was it. He was going to die here, until he didn't. Some people still seemed at a loss by Toshinori's survival of this fight, and the point of keeping the mentor alive, and that's something that we'll get into later. With the pillar toppled, All Might was no more, but Toshinori Yagi lived on. He survived, and he was forced to watch the consequences of his ideology, forced to bear witness to the fact that his reign and ideology wasn't practical or sustainable. Heroes weren't used to working together, sitting on their thumbs and growing unprepared and complacent. Picture yourself in the shoes of an average villain. In a world where even All Might could fall, how tough does the average hero seem to you? Left in the wake of his own symbol of peace ideology, powerless to stop the cataclysmic effect of his fall, and left on the sidelines as he watches all of the kids he would once train grow up without him, everything All Might believed in and represented now stands to decay right before Toshinori Yagi's very eyes. His individualistic, self-destructive mindset and tendency to hide the anguish he was going through all come to a boiling point. He couldn't afford to ever seem weak in front of anyone. He was told at a young age that those who are the strongest keep smiling, no matter what. Just like All Might's, Nana Shimura's intentions were not for this phrase to be negatively internalized, but he forced everything behind a smile. He even states this much to Midoriya in Chapter 1. Can you imagine the anguish of watching your life's work, your legacy, crumble before your very eyes? Everything you've built for the past 40 years comes crashing down and there's nothing you could do to stop it. All Might and Sir Night-Eye once had a falling out due to All Might's injury. Night-Eye wanted him to retire to avoid an unspeakably gruesome death, but All Might couldn't sit idly by. He was fully ready to meet his end at the hands of All for One during the Kamino arc, and then we reached the Overhaul arc. Prior to this moment, Toshinori was a man who doesn't at all love himself and who has more or less accepted his death. But yet, he finds a reason to keep on living. To be there for Midoriya's I am here moment. For the first time in a long time, Toshinori isn't alone. However, putting your sole reason for living on somebody else while a touching moment doesn't address the actual underlying problems that he struggles with. Much like his reign as number one, it only serves as a band-aid fix to his deteriorating mental health. Midoriya vows to All Might that he will twist fate and subvert Night-Eye's prediction of his demise. For the first time in Night-Eye's life, somebody smashes the future he had seen, as Midoriya twists fate and defeats Overhaul. Could it be that Toshinori Yagi's fate is not sealed? Near the end of the second act of the series, we see Toshinori struggle with his purpose, moving forward without All Might. He feels frustrated that he can't help them, as the feeling of powerlessness bubbles up inside of him. Aizawa tells him something that he desperately needs to hear, however. Being Toshinori is all he needs to do. As long as he lives and is there for them, that's all the push that they'll need. Curious! Fast forward to Act 3, Toshinori is forced to watch just how damaging the self-destructive mindset he held for so long actually is to an outside viewer, and how strong the burden of One for All actually is. Of course, in typical Toshinori fashion, it isn't through himself. He witnesses the failings of All Might firsthand in Midoriya's Dark Deku arc. For the first time, he is the one experiencing this behavior as a third party and seeing the consequences of that isolating mindset. He gets to see how crushing it is, not just for the person involved, but for the people around them as well. Much of Toshinori's development stems directly from the very similar Midoriya Izuku. It is the primary lens that the story uses for not just the viewer, but for Toshinori himself to peer into what is essentially the copy and paste of All Might, and understand exactly what makes himself tick. Unfortunately, this adds even more to his already ever-expanding trauma plate. He feels responsible for Midoriya turning out the way he did in this arc. At this point, you're only getting in the way, All Might. Looping back to what was
So let me do the exact same thing again, cause I'm a fucking dumbass.
by Aizawa during the bench scene. Chapter 326 serves as a climax for Toshinori's character arc. It opens with him finding Midoriya's mask, the mask made to imitate All Might's never-ending smile. It now lies, however, broken and chipped on the ground. This isn't just a visual metaphor for Izuku, but for Toshinori himself. The community tends to focus on the villain hunt arc being Midoriya's lowest, and for an understandable reason. However, this arc, and Chapter 326 in particular, is Toshinori Yagi at rock bottom. He confronts what society has become, and how he feels responsible for it all. You'll notice how I refer to both All Might and Toshinori Yagi separately, as I feel them to be two entirely different people. This is shown quite strongly by Toshinori approaching the All Might statue in Kamino, as he thinks back to the words of Aizawa. As long as he can be here, that's all the push that they need, yet society sees that All Might isn't here. He even joins in on the public lambasting of All Might by pointing out how he feels he couldn't be there when his disciple was hurting. Suddenly, Stain appears to stop Toshinori from verbally attacking All Might. Also perceiving the difference between the two of them. It had nothing to do with the power of quirks. All Might would maintain that grid and devote every fiber of his being to the people, Stain said. Throughout a garbled mess of communication, Toshinori picks up on these words from Stain. It doesn't fix everything, but it implants the idea in his head that he still has a role to play, and that All Might was never defined by his power, but by his beliefs. Toshinori
Wow, who'da fucking thought, dude? Who'da fucking thought?
is by no means fixed, as evidenced by him still blaming himself in the following chapter, also known as the absolute worst thing Horikoshi has ever published. But it
So far.
perhaps puts him on the right track. Toshinori Yagi can be summarized as a person with self-destructive and isolating tendencies, who grows to have a lack of purpose after losing his powers and watching everything he built for 40 years collapse. This begs the question, what would killing Toshinori do for his arc? If he were to die now, what would the point of all of this suffering be? What would the point of him trying to find a purpose be? For a character who is trying to unlearn toxic behaviors and realize that he is worth more than what he can do, and what— Curious! What way is death a logical ending? If Toshinori was going to die, he would have died during Kamino, but he didn't. He didn't die for a reason. He still has a story to tell, and it would make the concept of twisting fate introduced in the overhaul arc entirely for naught. I vehemently disagree with the assertions that All Might's survival would be terrible writing. I think what's going on now is fantastic. All For One once stated,
Yeah.
"You chose the wrong moment to bow out. You missed your chance to die." Toshinori Yagi is a story about a man who had it all, and had lost nearly everything trying to find a path forward through the darkness. A man trying to improve his mental health and learn not every burden is his to bear. Death is not an answer to his arc.
That's crazy, man. What if we gave him an Iron Man suit, though? What if we gave him Iron Man powers, though? Wouldn't that be cool? Holy shit, man. I forgot how fucking hard I cooked on this video. Holy shit. Feels empty without the scrolling names. I know, dude. I didn't have those yet. Hi, it's the first time catching you live. Been loving your content. You've enlightened me. I'm glad you've been enjoying it. Sort by new? I think there's only one new comment. Was happy back then, thinking MHA was good and enjoying it. I'm just gonna pretend Act 3 didn't happen. A great video, Dog Buddy. It's a great birthday gift last year. Yeah, there's only 2 new ones. Wow. Fucking Naya. Shut up. Oh my god, I got 22 on Naya's head. Ratio plus you fell off, plus Ochako clears all your faves, plus you are 32 years old with 4 kids, plus alimony is due, plus child support is due, plus you fell off again, plus your name is Toini, plus I will post Gyro's full number, plus the death of your clout, plus ultra ratio. Yeah, this video doesn't have that many comments. Like I said, this video wasn't actually very popular. What did he do? He was just joking. Dude, I went crazy on that video. I think that's my best video, not gonna lie. What's the dislike ratio for that video? Just repost the video, yeah. It's 98% like. There's only 5 dislikes. Oh, I did pop off on the Roswell video, actually, you're right. I did go kind of crazy on that video. Because that was back before I was doing weekly videos, so I went hard as fuck on that one. Same with the All Might video, actually. I was doing every 2 weeks for the All Might video. Redo the video but talk slower? All Might was the symbol of peace. He got the quirk one for all at the age of 15, and he decided that he was going to become a pillar of justice for the nation known as Japan. Bro turned into chills. Not the talk mode. It's not that you talk fast, it's that there weren't enough pause between sentences in that video. I think there was plenty. Hello, Roishin. Let's give him an Iron Man suit, yeah. Number 15. One for all. The only thing worse than having one for all is to have Black Whip and new quirks explode out of it. MHA Twit video win? Never. 15th user of one for all gonna be flipping burgers. Just wait till Gran Torino comes out of the hospital with Captain America shield. The last thing you want from All Might is for him to have an Iron Man suit, but it turns out that might be what you get. How's your heart? Is it working like before? My heart is working better than it ever has. Now it's time for Surprise Jeopardy. How'd he know, dude? What the fuck? I'm not gonna lie, I'm like a little stun-locked by my own video. The fact that Horikoshi would really just straight up do that shit to me, man, that's so fucked up. How will the next chapter start? Hopefully the first page says that the series is over, and then we can move on. Alright, chat, we'll make an Iron Might video. Oh, God. Just got back from work, so just want to say the new chapter is dog shit. I'm going to die. I'm going to die mad about it. That's so based. Holy fuck. Talk about Wello spawning a new multi-fan wide ship. I don't know why he said that, but I mean, he got fucking dunked on, even though he's right. But you know, Tojo. Oh, that's clever. I'm not even an English speaker, and I can understand you perfectly. You're just different, man. I don't know what to tell you. Hang on, chat. We're gonna make the thumbnail live for the video, okay? What's your rating on MHA as a whole? Oh, it's a 3 out of 10. Yeah. It went from a 4 to a 3. Yeah, I don't know why Wello said it, but like, yeah, he was right. It was just one of those things that like you don't need to say, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It was very unnecessary, but I mean, yeah, he's right. I've seen multiple arts of Gojo sucking on Davi's leathery neck. It went down? Yeah. What's my rating of chapter 1? I don't know. I'm trying to find a good picture of All Might to use for the thumbnail. Wouldn't MHA be a 1 out of 10? Probably not. I don't see it going much below a 3 out of 10. Maybe a 2.5. But Act 1 and 2, their spine is breaking. Do you have a video that was deleted by YouTube? Yes, I do. I had 2 actually. My ReZero Stakes video was deleted initially. It was also my most successful video ever. And then it got deleted. And then my Hawks vs. Twice video got deleted, which honestly I'm okay with because I don't think it was a great video. Hang on, chat. Don't hit the gritty without me, okay? I'm looking for a good picture of All Might. That's like thumbnail worthy. We can go through them together. Let me get like a couple that we could pick out. Or were they deleted? Copyright. Just use an Iron Man screen cam from Spider-Man Homecoming. Yeah. You cooked. Okay, this is a potential one. This is a potential one. Let's see. Are there any more that I would grab? Maybe we could use this one.
Would you say that third act being so bad retroactively hampers your enjoyment of the previous acts? Definitely, yeah. Absolutely. How do copyright rules work? Sometimes they just don't. It's kind of a hard question to answer, to be honest, because sometimes they just be making shit up. Okay, chat. Please don't spoil? What the fuck? Dude, what are you talking about? You're in the wrong place. I don't know what to tell you. Okay. So this is my first pick. I think it would be better if it were horizontally flipped so that all mate was on this side. My only qualm is that it's dark. And brighter thumbnails do better. Because they visually stand out more. But I think this is like, it's got a good composition for a thumbnail, you know what I mean? The second is this one, which could be okay. Green screen him out? Yeah, maybe. I just don't know what I would make the background then. I guess I could do something similar that I did with, saturate the colors. Oh, use a manga page could be good. There was one video I made. I think it was my final arc video where I made the background like a bunch of comic panels or whatever. That might work. I could, actually, yeah, I might just use this one. This is my second one. This one's okay. Jarvis, write my character assassination. This one's okay. It's got the brightness going for it. Other than that, it's not that good. And then there's this one, which is okay. It doesn't necessarily have the alignment for a thumbnail. But it's got a support item, which is funny, in hindsight. Why don't just do this one? And I might crop him out. The issue with the close-up, actually, now that I think about it, is, it makes it hard to put shit on the thumbnail, you know what I mean? It makes it hard to, like, put text here and stuff. Yeah, I think this would be a good one. So, first things first. I always forget how to fucking flip, because I don't do it that often. Chat, how do I flip? You can use stroke? I don't know how to use Photoshop, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This shit is not a Bubba DM. Hang on, chat. This is important, I got a Bubba DM. The background? I don't know if I like that background personally. Is it fucking edit? It might be edit. Transform, flip horizontal? Yeah, there we go. Okay. He sent me a background. It was the Mecha All Might stuff, but I think I would rather have the background blurred out, if that makes sense. What do we have here? We have slice tool, magic select, count tool, patch tool. Do we have object select tool in this version of Photoshop? If it's not clear, this is totally a legitimate copy of Photoshop, by the way. If we have that, I don't think we have that. Color All Might with his jacket off, huge. With your image open in Photoshop, right-click your background layer and click duplicate layer. Got it. Duplicate layer. Fucking huge. Okay, duplicated. Click the eye icon to the left of the original layer to turn that layer off. Got it? Make sure your properties panel is open by going to Windows Properties. Got it. It's already open. Pog. That's huge. In your layers panel, click your new layer. In the properties panel by default, click remove background. Oh fuck, chat. Object selection tool should be at the chat? Or at the top, rather? Where did you acquire this legitimate copy of Photoshop? Wouldn't you like to know? Fed? Okay, so this is not set as a background, right? I always forget how this shit works, man. I don't use Photoshop that much. It's like a brush with a square on it. A brush with a square on it? At the top? I'm on a version of Photoshop that's a few years old, so I might just not have it. On the tool site, yeah. Ruler account, spot healing, content aware, brush, pencil, color replacement mixer, clone pattern. Yeah, I don't think I have it, chat. What did you type in Google to get the pic? I just went to All Might's wiki page, because they have a bunch of them there. We can do adjustments here. Pog, can we remove background? Exposure, vibrance, hue, color balance. Oh no, chat. I can't remove background. Chat, my version of Photoshop is too outdated to remove background. Are there more tools in this? No? Okay, well. Just use the freeform selection tool? Freeform selection, freeform selection. Chat. I don't think I have the freeform selection tool. Do it manually? It's just such a pain in the ass, man. You click edit the toolbar to show all the tools? Chat, do you really think that Photoshop would have tools that I can't use? Would it really do that shit to me? Background eraser tool? Wait a minute. How does this work? What the fuck? What the fuck? Wow. Well, the issue is that the magic wand selects based off color, so it'll select stuff that has like a similar color. I mean, it might work somewhat. Yeah, that's not gonna... I mean, we can turn on the tolerance, but... Wait, did it not select it that time? Okay, no, it did. Okay. What if we set it to 1, chat? What does it do? Yeah, okay. The magic wand is not good for this. All Might got decapitated. It happens. By all for one. Sag. Maybe there will be more tools. I guess you gotta select it manually? Ugh. Move tool. I'm really bad at lassoing, dude. Like... My mouse is not steady enough for a lasso, bro. I could do pen. Or polygon lasso. And like, I can really go through all of this shit. Use magnetic lasso? I don't know what this does. I've never used this before. Wait. Oh shit. What the fuck? Wait. Oh my god. It just keeps going. Okay. How do you stop magnetic lasso though? Is my question. Cause like, how am I supposed to zoom out? Use backspace to undo? Okay. Escape canceled it entirely. And now here's the issue is I gotta fucking do this shit. Shift? I don't know what shift does. Shift usually makes things stay straight though. This is the stream ever, yeah. The magnetic lasso will move the whole screen. Well, yeah, it'll move the whole screen, but it'll also like do the lasso. So I have to like hit backspace to do that shit. Magnetic lasso is kind of sick though. You can click to set up more points. Yeah, but we're chilling on the points, aren't we? This shit's kind of chilling, bro. I don't know. Oh my god, this is such fucking cancer. Okay. I'm not making the thumbnail on stream anymore. This is fucking awful. You guys will have to see the finished product when it's done. Got Bootstrap, how you not got object select? Because this is for a 4-year-old version of Photoshop. Because this is the one that's easiest to crack. I mean, this is the one that I could afford. What anime are you watching this season? I started Oshi no Ko and I started Skip and Loafer. Was it on the wiki? Yeah, it was. Okay, chat, well, I think we've gone over the hate enough. There's no videos to watch. We've gone over awful tweets. We've seen it all. This chapter is bad. Don't know if there's anything else we have to talk about, really. Maybe you can start a Patreon for Photoshop. I mean, you guys can become YouTube members. That is Patreon, honestly. But I know everyone in chat despises me for being My Hero Academia's biggest hater. I understand. I get it, though. It's fine. But thank you, everyone, for coming out today. If you're not subscribed, make sure you are subscribed already. Another All Might, or not another, well, I guess technically another All Might. Another MHA video coming out, believe it or not. If you haven't already, you should follow me on Twitter, where I'm objectively correct all the time. You can see me get mad about leaks. Also, join the Discord. We have 600 people now, which is fucking crazy. We talk about My Hero Academia, we talk about ReZero, we talk about Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm not reading. I'm watching Vinland Saga for the first time in there as well, which is cool. I haven't watched for the past couple of days because I've been doing other stuff, but you know, I'll get back on it. And you can become a YouTube member, which gives you access to previews of videos before they come out. You get the funny little dog badge, which one day I will have to have Caper remake because it's fucking awful. You also get access to the emotes that Caper has gloriously made. And if you haven't already, chat, please do make sure you go and watch my new video today about mangaka working conditions. I believe it is a very important video and also helps you understand why some things happen. Because they work under very, very strenuous circumstances. Touch grass, yes. Go touch grass, everyone. Also, go buy ReZero Volume 1 and start. The artist of Oshi no Ko said this chapter was peak. It's okay to be wrong.